What's up, guys? So I'm really sorry that I didn't put this out sooner. I've been pretty busy with everything that's been going on here. But here it is, finally, the review for Leviathan Mass Effect 3 DLC. I did a full playthrough of the DLC, and it was blind, and it was a Let's Play. I think a lot of people don't really understand the difference between a Let's Play and a walkthrough. A walkthrough is exactly what it says. It's a walkthrough. It's showing how to do it. It's showing you how you're supposed to do it. It's like a strategy guide type of thing. It's walking you through. So now on to the review. This review is going to be spoiler free, because I know a lot of people haven't played it. So this is pretty much for people that want to know if it's worth playing and that kind of thing, and what I thought about it, pretty much on the surface of it. I'm going to be doing a Mass Effect Talks, and yes, Mass Effect Talks is still there. I haven't canceled it. I finished working on my latest Mass Effect Talks, so that should be, I should be filming that soon. So I'll go more in depth, like really in depth, like I usually do for Leviathan in a Mass Effect Talks sometime soon. So yeah, I apologize that I haven't done too much of the Mass Effect Talks anymore. But since I've been doing a little bit more things, like I've been adding more things on my channel, and also with the current situation that I have here at home, Mass Effect Talks takes a long time to do. It's a lot of information, a lot of research. I write down all the notes. I look in multiple areas. It takes me a long time. So that Mass Effect Talks is probably the one video series that I do that takes me the most time. So that's why you see less of it. But I do want to get back to it, so don't worry, it'll come. I personally loved Leviathan. I thought I had so much fun with it. It was a really cool experience. It was $10? Was that 800? I think it's 800 Microsoft points. You know what does bother me about Leviathan is, I said this in my playthrough, if Leviathan had been in the original game, if that had been in there and the extended cut, if that had been the actual game at launch, I think a lot of people wouldn't have had problems with it. It would have made so much more sense. I mean, how much longer would Mass Effect 3 have been if they left Leviathan on there? It wouldn't have been that much longer. What, like 3-4 hours? Maybe? A little bit longer for me because I take so long when I'm playing something. But yeah, about 4 hours? Four more hours? That's not that much. And it was so worth it. Because it answered a lot of questions about the Reapers that should have been answered in the actual game. It was preparing you for the ending. So the ending, if they had left it in there, the ending wouldn't have come out of nowhere, and people wouldn't have been like, what the hell is that kid doing here? Like, what? Can I just kill it? I mean, they probably would still want to kill it, but for the right reasons. Not for, this thing's it's just stupid, and it doesn't fit, and it doesn't... Not because of that, but because this guy is bad. You know, like, this is wrong, and this is the crazy AI or whatever. So it would have been part of the game. It would have fit in my opinion. But whatever, they didn't do it. We really can't do anything about it. Now for all my other playthroughs, it's gonna be there, so it's gonna be like I'm playing Mass Effect 3 as it should have been. You know, with Leviathan and the extended cut. So yeah, if you've never played Mass Effect 3, my tip to you, if you've never played Mass Effect 3, my biggest suggestion to you is get Leviathan and get the extended cut, and then play Mass Effect 3. And play it like if it were part of it, and don't treat them as DLCs. Treat them as part of the game. So always just make sure that you have them before you actually start playing the game, or before you beat it at least, because it will be so much. I think it would be such a improved experience. I think one of my favorite things about Leviathan was the way that Shepard was reacting, like more towards the end, and in the middle, I think. How he was a little more sentimental. and more sensitive. I mean, that might not fit for all shepherds. Like, say you're playing a full-on renegade, it might have been weird for you. Like, it might have been like, my shepherd wouldn't have done that. But I found it fit perfectly with my shepherd. I just thought it fit so well with him. Like, I could totally see my shepherd reacting like that. And the best part was that it wasn't me. I didn't have to react that way for shepherd. It was just shepherd on his own. And it was like, I just got to see a different side to shepherd that I really, really liked. Because sometimes he would just be like, oh, someone just died. Oh, well, hi, hey, you guys gonna buy a new house or what? Dude, he got over that so fast. Mark Hamill and Jennifer Hale have said in the past that they kind of have to be neutral with Shepard a lot of times with his or her lines when it comes to the lines that are scripted and not, not that you control. They have to be kind of neutral in how they sound. Because they want it to fit for paragons and for renegades. But this was more like the human side to Shepard, more like he has feelings. And I know how some people wouldn't like that, but I really like that. Like I said, it fit perfectly with my Shepard. It was really, really cool to see also Shepard in danger. Like he's in danger a lot of times, but this was like his squad mates were actually like really worried for him, and you got to see that. And I've seen all of the I don't want to go into detail, but on that part where your squad mates get really worried for you, I've seen all of the reactions, especially for romances, and my favorite by far is Garrus. It was so well done, and it was perfect. It was so perfect. Especially when he says that Shepard is freezing. Just the tone of his voice, I've never heard that tone that Garrus had in that moment. It was just he was so scared. It was just like, oh my god, this is so good. Now, this isn't really spoiling anything because they've shown a lot of pictures about this. And it was part of the trailer as well, where you go underwater. That was my favorite part of the whole DLC by far. That was so cool. I was amazed. I was just like, oh my god, this looks so cool. It was totally taken from like a different type of sci-fi. Like Sphere or something like that. Or it's just a different type of sci-fi, like those sci-fis that will incorporate underwater discovery and like mystery in the depths kind of thing. It's just, it's so cool. So for Mass Effect to incorporate that, it just made it feel like this old school full-on sci-fi, and it just felt so good. I love when it feels like a sci-fi, like its own sci-fi, and not just like, oh, it's about space and ships and that kind of thing. And this whole underwater thing was one of those, just adding to it, like another, like this isn't just it. It's not just about space. It's about the undiscovery of the depths and what lies down there, and it's just so good. I loved it. You take it as however you want to. I'm gonna give my opinion. I think that it was worth getting and adding to the experience. I think that it helps a lot in kind of just letting go of the ending. It kind of does make you wish it was there, where you're just like, oh my god, why wasn't it there in the beginning? But I'm kind of over the ending now, especially like after playing the extended cut and after playing Leviathan. It's just been kind of like, it's been enjoyable for me again. And I never gave up on Mass Effect or BioWare. It was just like, a bad situation. It was just like kind of disheartening. DLCs are not going anywhere. They're just going to be getting bigger and bigger. So when it comes to that kind of downloadable content where it expands the story, I always think that they are worth it, especially if you like the game or if you want to know more about it and that kind of thing. I'd say get it, because Leviathan was a lot of fun, and it had so many good moments and fun gameplay and just it was worth it. They also added more conversations with your party members, so that was cool. I was like, oh cool, you know, they actually say something about this. It's not like they didn't take their time to do that, where it's just like, no, we're just focusing on Leviathan. No, they also took the time to do this. Now what I've been wondering though, is when Leviathan was made. I've been wondering about that, because if we knew when Leviathan was actually made, when they worked on it, I think that would say a lot. If they worked on it after Mass Effect 3, then whatever. But imagine if they already had it during Mass Effect 3. That meant that they just kept it out for DLC, like for the purpose of DLC. Where they're just like, well, let's just cut it out and we'll leave it for DLC, you know, kind of thing, so that, I don't know, we could keep the people interested and wanting to know more. I don't know. That's pretty much all I wanted to say about this. I don't want to go too in-depth with Leviathan, because like I said, I want to do that Mass Effect talks, and it's going to have a lot of information. I'm already doing some research, and it's all really, really interesting. And I'll add my thoughts in there when it comes to like the ending and all that. That one will be, it will have spoilers. So if you want me to go in depth for Leviathan and just what Leviathan was and just the specifics of it, of everything in Leviathan, make sure you watch that Mass Effect Talks, because it will have everything in there. And I'll try to get that out as soon as possible. We'll see how that works. Hopefully I can get it out soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.